If you're in a steel fabrication shop, you really need one of these things, the CNC plasma cutter. This particular machine is Weldplas, manufactured in our workshops in the UK here. It can take a variety of plasmas from small units of 50 amps up to 200 amp systems. It can also be fitted with a gas torch, so plasma cutting range will be from 1mm through to 30 millimeters. The gas cutting range will take it up to 150 millimeters thick. So if you need to do any CNC profiling, this is the machine for you. The machine comes complete with the Techserv CNC system as standard. It's a high-end operating system with a touchscreen interface and includes heaps of generic shapes and flexi shapes for making all sorts of brackets. Produces bolt-ready holes. It's capable of nesting, array nesting, automatic nesting, running a gas torch as well as a plasma. Comes complete with initial height sense, arc voltage height sense, proportional gas control. Basically everything you need to run a profile machine is all contained in this one box as standard. The plasma torch is mounted on a breakaway bracket. Swapping process is simply a case of pulling the plasma torch off and swapping it with the gas. We have a laser pointer on here which produces a red spot on the plate to allow us to line the plasma torch up the corner of the plate. As said earlier, there's initial height sensing here and automatic voltage control. Continuing our philosophy of making things easy, the gas control is all handled by this solenoid array here. So full solenoid control of all gases. This thing here is a proportional valve. So this gives us the ability to automatically set the high-low preheat from the software and also to produce a cut ramp. So if you're cutting thick material, it'll ramp the cutting pressure up as the speed increases. This gives you like a flying pierce, which helps pierce thicker material. So it's all automatic, and this is an option on this machine. So if you buy the gas kit, this comes with part of it. Common throughout our range of machines is the beam layout. So we have a linear slide at the top, a linear slide at the back, and a rack mounted with the teeth facing vertical. So there's no chance of splatter getting in there when the machine pierces. Focusing on the robust nature of this machine, the rails are manufactured from box section, 100mm box section, with a 10mm laser cut flat bar bolted to the side. This forms the running rail of the machine with, again, vertically mounted rack to reduce the chance of anything getting lodged in the teeth. The drive motor mounted in each leg, and this is sprung using a pneumatic spring running on a linear slide. This machine has a cutting area of 3 meters by 1.5. We also manufacture a 1.5 by 1.5 machine, but due to its nature, the rail length can be extended if required, or you could have an area at the back of the rail for cutting thick material with no cutting bed in it. We can see here it's a very neat machine. It all feeds through cable chains, no dangling wires, a very tidy machine, even from the back. The machine comes complete with a water bed. So this is a tank that's mounted on a frame, sits directly onto the floor, so it's not connected to the machine's frame. So if you chuck a big piece of plate on here, it doesn't really bother the machine too much. This is filled with water. It has curvy slats. So the reason we curve them is to make them very stiff, so there's no plate movement. And if you're cutting lots of straight lines, you don't end up cutting on top of a slat all the time. So there's quite a lot of thought goes into the bed and the way the machine's constructed. So we can design these things to give a long, trouble-free life. Perhaps the most important aspect of the machine is the control system. This system is designed in-house, with software completely written in-house by ourselves. Single PCB runs the entire system. The Trio motion controller on the front, Trio based in Britain. And we use a Dell PC on this one, which is a standard off-the-shelf PC. So if you wish to upgrade a PC or the PC expires at some point, then it's simply a case of replacing one that will physically fit in the box. It runs Windows 11 and can be networked to get programs in there, or for remote diagnostics. You run TeamViewer on there, plug it into the internet, bring the login and assist or give you training if required. Making components on the Techserv CNC system is easy. For example, I want to make a flange, choose flex your shapes, choose a flange, enter an inner diameter, 20 mil in this case, outer diameter 150, bolt PCD 120, bolt hole diameter 15 mil, number of holes 4, we'll have a 5 mm lead in. There's our shape. Want to change anything such as the number of holes or something, we can just edit those. We'll then press next, then rotate, mirror and scale it. We don't need to do that in this instance. Next, we'll change process. So this is now set for plasma. Choose a material, type in a thickness going to cut, 8 mil. Choose the current down here, material here. It tells us which consumables to put in. It tells the machine how fast to travel, what height sense to use, what arc voltage to use. This is all automatic. We then press next. There's our shape. Choose when we want to start. So we'll choose our origin here in the bottom left. Go into cut mode and press start. I'll just run this in test run. Off it goes. The machine will then move around the shape, cutting out at the same time. So that's it, dead easy. It has extra features to allow us to jump between holes, cut parts in different orders, all sorts of stuff. And probably most importantly, that a lot of other systems don't have, is the ability to stop at any point around a cut and go backwards. So this is useful if the cut should go out at any time due to worn consumables or gas issues or something of that nature. So very easy to use, versatile system. And it's the same system we use on our large machines. So this system is used on entry level such as this one, but also our big shipbuilding machines. Which is then they're used in a very industrial environment. So if you're into fabrication, you need one of these things. It's an entry-level machine. It's very cost-effective. It'll plasma cut from 1 mm to 25, depending on the plasma pack you fit. But coupled with a gas torch, you can then take your production range up to 150 millimeters. Available 3 1.5 or 1.5 by 1.5. We also have a clip-on scanner that allows you to follow drawings for repair parts and things. It's got a range of shapes built in, so you don't necessarily need to know CAD straight away. It will reduce production time. If you need a bracket or something, you can make it instantly on, well, very quickly on here, rather than marking off and drilling. Just stick it on the plasma cutter and cut it out. So it's a very versatile tool for the workshop. Generally speaking, after a couple of months of ownership, people wonder how they ever survive without one.